How's it going, guys? It's Brad, back with another video. So the Monday Night Raw review from last night. Let's get started. So yeah, Raw starts off with Kurt Angle coming out to address the Braun Strowman Kane situation where the match ended in a double countout. During that, Braun Strowman comes out saying he should be #1 contender since he was the last man standing. Kane comes out. Kane says he should be #1 contender because he has caused more destruction in the last 20 years than Strowman ever has. Then Paul Heyman comes out saying if you're talking about contenders, you should include the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar with it. Then Brock Lesnar's music hits. Brock Lesnar comes back, makes his first appearance since Survivor Series, comes to the ring. Then during that, Kurt Angle says that the Universal title match at the Royal Rumble will be a triple threat match between Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, and Kane. And again, got the hell out of there because shit was about to hit the fan. So yeah, in this match, yeah, so there was a brawl. Brock Lesnar clotheslined Braun Strowman out of the ring, and then hit an F5 on Kane, solidifying his spot, then left the ring. Kane was able to sit up, and Braun Strowman was standing on the outside. So yeah, we got a big-time match. Like, this is obviously Vince McMahon's wet dream for big, sweaty guys in a world title match. Ah, shit. We need a new title plan. I got it. We're gonna throw 3 big guys in there against Brock. Make him look strong. Yeah. Yeah, that's my Vince McMahon voice impression. So yeah, next up we get Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe. When Seth's in the ring, Jason Jordan's music hits, and Jason Jordan, of course, still having daddy issues, saying he wants a match with Samoa Joe. And told Seth he has to get behind him to get a shot. It's like Jason Jordan. When your dad says no, it means no. Back of the line. Samoa Joe comes out saying he wants to face Seth. Then Jason Jordan said, then Samoa Joe proposes that Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan should face each other to decide who gets to go at him. So then we get a match. Seth Rollins versus Jason Jordan. Back and forth match. Near the end, Seth Rollins would throw Jason Jordan right into Samoa Joe and then hit a super kick on the Joe. Seth Rollins would hit the knee on Jason Jordan to get the 3 count for a win. I'll admit, though, Jason Jordan's back-to-back belly-to-belly suplexes was pretty good. That's about the only kudos Jason Jordan will get from me. Then right after the match, Seth Rollins went after Samoa Joe to issue post-match assault. Samoa Joe would destroy Seth. Then when Joe's on his way out, he would clothesline Jason Jordan into the barricade. And Jason would go down, and Samoa Joe was standing tall. We didn't get a backstage segment where Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Jason Jordan are all demanding shots against Samoa Joe. Then Kurt Angle says, fuck it. All 3 of them are getting a shot at Samoa Joe and Sheamus and Cesaro in a 6-man tag later in the night. Next up, we get... What's it? Oh, yeah. Next up, we get a cruiserweight match. We get... Not a cruiserweight match, actually. That's a little bit later. Next up, we get a 2-on-1 handicap match. We get Finn Balor against The Miz, Taraj, Curtis Axel, and Bo Dallas. Really back and forth match. Finn Balor had it. Near the end of the match, Finn Balor, when he went for the coup de grace, Bo Dallas grabbed Finn Balor's legs. Curtis Axel would throw him off the top rope. Both of them would come in, forcing the DQ. So Finn Balor was going to win regardless. Then while they were beating him down, Hideo Itami's music hits, and Hideo Itami comes out to the ring, and we would get an impromptu tag team match. As Finn Balor would team with Hideo Itami against The Miz, Taraj. Great back and forth match. In the end, Hideo would hit the GTS on Curtis Axel and get the 3 count for the win. So yeah, Hideo gets the pinfall in his debut. We would also find out that Hideo Itami is going to be on 205 Live. So yeah, Hideo Itami, welcome to the main roster. At the same time, my sincere condolences. Because Hideo Itami fans, you thought the injuries were the worst thing to ever happen to him. Nope. Being thrown in that trash dumpster fire of a division called the Cruiserweight division is the worst thing that's happened to Hideo. He's probably going to be champion by WrestleMania, though. So that division, that division is fucked for now. But Hideo's probably going to be champion by Mania. So yeah, just hang on for a few more months on that. Next up, we would get the Cruiserweight match. We got Drew Gulak versus Cedric Alexander. The winner gets a shot at Enzo Amore's Cruiserweight title. Probably at the Royal Rumble. More than likely. So yeah, back and forth match. Like Enzo Amore was at ringside on the guest color commentator. Near the end of the match, he would leave because he got a text, and he got an anonymous text. While that happened, Cedric Alexander took advantage of the distraction and would get the 3 count on Drew Gulak for the win. So yeah, look at Cedric Alexander to be facing Enzo Amore for the Cruiserweight title at Royal Rumble. Also later in the night, next up, we have a tag team match. Tag team match, we have Heath Slater and Rhino versus... Who was it? Yeah. It was Heath Slater and Rhino versus the Revival, Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder. It's the first time they've been on TV for a while. So it's really a squash match. Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson hit the Shatter Machine on Heath Slater to get the 3 count for the win. And then Kurt Angle tells Heath and Rhino backstage that they gotta be more aggressive and more tough if they want more opportunities on Raw. Mainly Heath. Also, backstage after the Cruiserweight match, we would get another segment between Enzo Amore and Nia Jax. So once again, we're getting the white version of Norbit. Norbit's an Eddie Murphy movie, in case anyone wants to know. Just go look it up on YouTube. You'll find it. So yeah. It would be interrupted by Drew Gulak, where Drew, once again, let Enzo and the Soul Train down again. And Enzo just tells Drew Gulak he has a lot of problems and he needs to figure it out himself. So yeah. Next up, we get a women's match. We would get... we would get Asuka versus Alicia Fox. A rematch that was supposed to happen last week, but Absolution ruined that. So it was actually... Asuka was actually having a fight being brought to her for a little bit. But of course, like every match Asuka's won, it's on the same script. Asuka makes Alicia Fox tap out to the arm breaker for the win. And Asuka's still undefeated. She's probably going to be undefeated until she faces Alexa Bliss or Paige. Those are probably the 2 likely candidates. Next up, we get the 6-man tag match. It would be Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Jason Jordan against Samoa Joe and the Raw Tag Team Champions, Sheamus and Cesaro. Back and forth match. Back and forth as they go. In the end, during the distraction where Dean Ambrose was being checked on for a possible elbow injury, Sheamus would hit the bro kick on Seth Rollins to get the 3 count for the win. So Joe and the Bar win. We would also have a backstage segment where Seth Rollins is with Dean Ambrose while Dean's getting attended by medical personnel, and then both Ambrose and Rollins get attacked by Samoa Joe and the Bar again. Backstage, and one of the big production cases and rolling production cases in the back ends up looking like going right on Dean's arm, or Dean's arm gets smashed into it. So yeah, after that, we get a segment with Elias Sampson in the ring where he announces that he's officially the first to declare himself into the Royal Rumble match. So yeah, this is gonna be it. So yeah, we now know Elias Samson's in the Royal Rumble match. Who will the 29 other be? We will see. But when he was about to do a song, Sasha Banks' music hits. The legit fraud comes out. And then we have Michael Cole on the commentary table fucking holding that big dildo. It's like, it's boss time! It's boss time! It's boss time! Let me get my big pink rubber dildo out! Oh yeah! Like, seriously, Michael Cole, shut the fuck up, you're annoying. Sasha Banks comes out. When Elias tries to go again, Mickie James' music hits. She comes out. Then Elias tries music again. And then Teenage Juno Bayley comes out. And while Bayley's wacky inflatable arm dildo guys are coming out, one of them decides to not go up. So yeah, in other words, inflatable dude, go home, you're drunk. And Bayley couldn't do anything for that. So she comes out and Elias just... Yeah, while she's on her way out to the ring, Elias walks by her. Bayley tries to offer him a hug, and Elias just fucks off. Bayley, quit giving hugs and be aggressive for fuck's sakes. Maybe we'll take you more seriously that way. So we get the 6 women's tag match, where those 3 will face Absolution, Paige, Mandy Rose, and Sonya Deville. Back and forth match. I actually fell asleep. So I'm not 100% sure what the ending was. But I believe from what I know, it was... I think Absolution got the 3 count for the win. And after the match, when they went to attack Paige, Sasha Banks, and Mickie James, Nia Jax would come out and try and even the score. She was getting attacked. Then the entire roster, Dana Brooke, Asuka, Alicia Fox, and Alexa Bliss would come out to the ring and attack Absolution. Then Stephanie McMahon would come out to the ring. She goes on about the women's revolution, saying how the women have made history the past couple years and erased the term diva out of WWE. You know, where we had the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match, which, by the way, the finish was shit. Which that match also made the women, for the first time since the Trish Stratus and Lita days, main event a pay-per-view. We would also have the first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And at Royal Rumble, the women will continue to make history, as we will have the first ever females only Royal Rumble match, and that's where we end Raw. So yeah, the female Royal Rumbles match, I actually like that idea. It's a good idea. If you want to stick true to your word about this being a fucking revolution, then have this match. Keep making women matches more history. Prove that they can do what the men can do. You know, really, the women's Hell in a Cell match, the finish was absolute shit. The women's Money in the Bank ladder match this year, the finish was a bit disappointing because we had a man climb up to the top and unhook the briefcase, and then they had to redo the match on a SmackDown 2 weeks later to do it right. So yeah, my overall thoughts on this episode, well, I'm going to say 3 out of 10 overall. The ending, though, gets a 6 out of 10 for the announcement. Because, you know, I think the women's Royal Rumble match is a good idea. And now I'm going to have to re-edit my picks again because my picks right now for my predictions for WWE in 2018, they don't include the women's Royal Rumble match yet. I'm going to do that. I'm going to edit it in and then I'm going to record it again. So yeah, hope everyone enjoys. Hope everyone has a great day. And yeah, also, next week, John Cena, Fuckboy Buckethead, the shit factor of professional wrestling, is returning on Raw. I wonder why. I swear I just made a rant video about that maybe last week. About why Cena might be back. Also, next week on Raw, tune in for the worst episode of fucking Raw ever. And it's probably gonna be the least watched episode ever. Because you got Monday Night Football you're gonna contend with on Christmas. And you got a bunch of Christmas movies that people are probably going to watch or not even watch TV. Or that fucking Utah Fireplace channel. So yeah, the chances of Raw being a top watched show is pretty much going to be shit. I would be surprised if Raw hits 2 million viewers. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Hope everyone has a great day. Peace out.